Hello! Welcome to the Learn American English channel, where you learn naturally so you can speak naturally. In this video, we are going to listen to conversations about the kitchen. This video is divided into two parts, where the characters will talk about baking banana bread and cooking spaghetti and meatballs. So, listen carefully and see if you get all of the questions correctly. Also, be sure to stay with us until the end of the video. We'll point out important words from the conversations, everyday slang, and the most common way to say things in English. Watch for these words and phrases in the subtitles. You'll find their meanings in the vocabulary section in the last part of the video. Are you ready? Let's get started. First, let's listen to a conversation between Asher and his mom as they plan to bake banana bread. Let's see how their conversation goes, and don't forget to note the highlighted words for their meanings at the end of this video.
Mom, those bananas on the counter are getting super brown.
Yeah, they're definitely past the snack stage, but you know what that means.
Banana bread?
You got it. These soft bananas are perfect for it.
Nice. So what else do we need? I want to make sure we've got everything before we start.
Let's see. Definitely the bananas, flour, sugar, eggs, butter, baking soda, and a little salt.
Do we need vanilla extract too? I feel like banana bread always tastes better with that.
Good catch. Yes, a splash of vanilla makes it way better. Maybe some cinnamon too if we're feeling fancy.
Ooh, cinnamon banana bread. I'm down for that.
Now for the equipment, we'll need a mixing bowl, a fork or potato masher for the bananas, and a whisk.
Could we use the hand mixer instead? It's faster.
We could, but a whisk works just fine.
Okay. What about the pan?
A loaf pan. That's what gives banana bread that classic shape.
And we should probably grease it, right? So it doesn't stick.
Yes. We'll use a little butter or cooking spray.
Are we baking it in the oven?
Yes. We'll preheat the oven to about 350 degrees Fahrenheit.
So the plan is, mash the bananas, mix the wet ingredients, add the dry stuff, then pour it into the loaf pan.
That's pretty much it.
Sounds easy enough. Honestly, the hardest part is waiting for it to bake.
True. The whole house is going to smell amazing, though.
Okay, now I'm really craving banana bread.
Same here. Let's double-check the pantry so we don't miss anything.
Good idea.
Here are some listening comprehension questions to see how well you understood the conversation between Asher and his mom. What do you need to bake banana bread? Bananas, flour, sugar, eggs, butter, baking soda, and salt. What equipment do you need? A mixing bowl, a fork or potato masher for the bananas, and a whisk. At what temperature do you need to preheat the oven? 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So, did you get all the questions correctly? Let us know in the comments section. Now, let's listen to another conversation between Asher and his mom as they plan to cook spaghetti and meatballs. Let's begin.
Mom, what are we making for dinner tonight?
Do you have anything in mind?
What about meatballs?
Meatballs? That actually sounds really good.
Yeah, like the kind with sauce, maybe with pasta or something.
Spaghetti and meatballs would be a solid dinner. It's simple but really filling.
Nice. Do we have everything we need to make them?
Let's think about it. For the meatballs, we'll need ground meat. I think we still have some ground beef in the fridge.
Could we mix it with something else? I heard some people mix beef and pork.
That's true. A beef and pork mix makes the meatballs extra juicy, but if we only have beef, that works too.
Okay, what else goes into the meatballs?
We'll need breadcrumbs, an egg, garlic, a little onion, salt, and pepper.
Breadcrumbs help hold them together, right?
Exactly. They help keep the meatballs from falling apart and make them softer.
Should we add some cheese too, like Parmesan?
That's a great idea.
Nice. So we mix all that stuff in a bowl.
Yes. We'll put the ground meat, breadcrumbs, egg, garlic, onion, Parmesan, and seasonings in a big bowl.
And then we mix it with our hands.
Usually, yeah. It's the easiest way to combine everything evenly.
Sounds a little messy.
It is a little messy, but that's part of the fun of cooking.
Fair enough. After that, we shape them into little balls?
Right. We'll roll the mixture into small meatballs, about the size of a golf ball.
Are we frying them or baking them?
We have two options. We could cook them in a pan first to brown them, or we could bake them in the oven.
Which one is better?
Pan frying gives them a nice crispy outside, but baking is easier and less messy.
I like the idea of them being crispy.
Then we could brown them in a skillet with a little oil.
That sounds good. What about the sauce?
We can make a simple tomato sauce with crushed tomatoes, garlic, onion, olive oil, and some herbs like basil or oregano.
So after the meatballs are browned, we put them in the sauce.
Yes. We let them simmer in the sauce for a while so they absorb all that flavor. While the meatballs are simmering, we can cook the pasta.
Just regular spaghetti?
Yes. We'll boil water, add some salt, and cook the spaghetti until it's tender.
I always forget you're supposed to salt the water.
It helps season the pasta while it cooks.
Good to know. So the plan is mix the meatball ingredients, roll them, brown them in a pan, and then let them cook in the sauce.
That's the idea.
Then we serve the meatballs and sauce on top of the spaghetti.
I'm glad you suggested meatballs. Let's check the fridge and pantry to make sure we've got everything.
Before we review the key vocabulary from these conversations, here are some listening comprehension questions to see how well you understood the conversation between Asher and his mom. What are the ingredients we need to cook spaghetti and meatballs? Meat, breadcrumbs, an egg, garlic, onion, salt, and pepper. How big should the meatballs be? About the size of a golf ball. How do you cook meatballs to make them crispy? You pan fry it. Now let's review the vocabulary from these conversations. First, we'll review some of the natural-sounding everyday phrases used by native English speakers. Watch the video again after you study the vocabulary words to learn them even better, and subscribe to see our other videos. Good catch. A way to say someone noticed something important or helpful. I'm down for that. It means you agree with the idea or want to do it. Works just fine. It means something is good enough and does the job well. Fair enough. Used to show you understand or accept what someone said. Good to know. Said when you learn useful information. Now, let's review the key vocabulary used in the conversations. Whisk, a kitchen tool used to mix or beat ingredients. Craving, a strong desire to eat a certain food. Filling, food that makes you feel full. Pan fry, to cook food in a small amount of oil in a pan. Simmer, to cook liquid or food gently at a low temperature, just below boiling. Were the conversations relatable? Try using these conversations with your family and friends. Thank you for watching the Learn American English channel, where you learn naturally so you can speak naturally. Please click the like button and subscribe to our channel to see more videos like this one.